Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Eka Wulandari A from TBI semester 5. In this video, I will give my reflection on the principles of learning and assessment material presented by Group 1. The first one explains the difference between learning and assessment. What is learning? Learning is about acquiring knowledge and skills. Effective learning requires a strategic approach that considers various principles. There are 4 principles of learning, including the first is active engagement. Students not only passively receive information, but are also directly involved in the learning process. For example, group discussion, presentation, and practicums. The second is positive learning environment, creating a safe, comfortable, and supportive learning atmosphere for all students. For example, good teacher-student relationships, using motivating language and avoiding derogatory words, and valuing individual difference and creating a welcoming atmosphere for all students. The third is challenging students appropriately. Provide tasks and challenges that are appropriate to students' abilities so that they continue to be motivated to learn. For example, adjust the level of difficulty of the material according to each student's ability. Provide challenging but realistic tasks and use technology to provide a more interactive learning experience. And the last is motivating and encouraging creativity. Fostering curiosity and encouraging students to think creatively. For example, rewarding students' effort and achievements, asking questions that stimulate critical thinking and training students to generate many ideas in a short time. Meanwhile, assessment measures how effectively students have learned. The goal is to make learning meaningful and assessment fair, adaptable, and student-centered. The principles of assessment include flexible and diverse assessment. Assessment does not rely on just one type of test or task, but use a variety of forms of assessment of measure different aspects of student ability. Accommodating diversity. Assessment should consider the individual difference of students in terms of learning styles, abilities, and backgrounds. Process-oriented assessment. Assessment does not only focus on the end result, but also pays attention to the learning process that students go through. Characteristic of the new assessment paradigm, growth mindset, emphasize continuous development of students' abilities. Flexibility in time and technique. Assessment can be done through observation, tests, or tasks with various instruments. Integrated with learning. Assessment includes attitude, knowledge, and skill integrated into the learning process. The benefits, the first is increased students' engagement. Active learning encourages students to participate, increasing motivation and interest in the subject. The second is deeper understanding. Formative assessment feedback helps students better understand concepts, promoting continuous and adaptive learning. The third is development of analytical skills. Problem solving and critical thinking based learning enhance students' analytical abilities for future careers. The fourth is relevance to real life. Learning connected to real life situation makes it more meaningful, motivating students to see the practical value of what they learn. The challenges is implementation difficulties, variation in prior knowledge, research limitation, and disruption in the learning environment. Learning and assessment principles are interconnected, aiming to enhance education. Understanding active engagement, real-world relevance, and diverse learning styles is crucial. Effective assessment must be valid, reliable, transparent, and fair, aligned with learning outcomes. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.